Welcome back, brothers and sisters. Braden, Tim, Second Legacy. You are amazing, and thank you for showing up because we've got questions, guys. We either have Iranian bought drones from China floating our airspace and our eastern seaboard, or we got aliens, or the United States government's doing it, not telling us. Don't worry, they're only SUV sized, and they've been up there, and we don't know where they're going. So what could go wrong? You guys are about to have a blast with us on this one, so make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. Tim, Listen, if only there were some way that we could get these things down.
Yeah, I don't know how you would get something down out of the air. You know, it's crazy how this stuff happens and people just kind of accept it.
Isn't it weird?
Yeah, and you know, it goes back to, you remember when we had the Chinese balloon coming down out of Canada, just kind of went across the entire United States, and then they finally, after it traversed the entire continental United States and it made it out over the Atlantic Ocean, then they decided to shoot it down. And then like, well, we shot it down over the ocean, so we can't really recover anything. So, oh gosh, there went all the evidence. And then they nuked one in Canada and they lost it in the wilderness, I guess.
It's so weird. Grizzly bears out there, you know.
So, and then now we have these things flying all over New Jersey. And then you have one group of people saying it's a hoax. There hasn't been a single sighting anywhere. It's all fictitious. And then you have, you know, Fox News every night running with a story like, and more drone footage. And then, you know, it's just all over.
And did we mention it? It's the Iranians, and they're going to try to kill all of us because if they don't, we aren't going to be able to start a war.
Yeah, I have it in really high placed sources. I can't tell you who they are, what department they're with. I can't tell you, but I have some really trusted, really good friends that are really connected to this. And they say it's an Iranian mothership floating out over the Atlantic, and they're launching the drones into the United States undetected, and we can't seem to find the mothership. Yeah,
dude, absolutely. Well, yeah. So, guys, if you're not, it's alien.
I'm not saying it's aliens.
I'm not saying
it's aliens,
but it could be. At this point, it's alien to us. We don't know its origins. I mean, like technically, you could have credit. You know.
Well, so you actually have people out there like holding press conferences saying, "Yeah, it's not ours. It's not Iranian. We don't know whose it is. We don't think it's alien." But it's there, but we don't know anything about it. So, okay, go about your day. Have a good day.
Yeah,
thanks for watching.
It's all good. Nothing to see here. I'm trying to pull up my my notifications because I've actually got some of this on my Twitter account. Someone sent me some content that was actually showing what they were, which was really crazy. I mean, it's truly crazy, some of these things.
But see, I have a hard time believing a lot of this video because it's so easy with AI these days to fake videos.
No, you know, that's true.
We finally get to the point in our society where like there's a camera on every building. Excuse me, a camera in every person's pocket on their phone. We got cameras everywhere, but just so happens that AI technology makes video editing all too simple. It like all this technology advances at the same time. So we finally have cameras everywhere because, you know, back in the 70s, I saw a UFO, but a Polaroid wouldn't even focus on it. Now we got all this great equipment in our pockets. And also now we have the technology to fake everything. So it's like, what do you believe? But there's another aspect of it we'll get into, I think is
there's so many aspects. There's so many. Hold on, I'm gonna find this, but I find it so interesting as I'm looking for this. The descriptions and the clips that we're gonna show you from the news, because I mean, keep in mind, guys, there is a built-in reason you're seeing some of these clips and the verbiage and the attack, like all of the different takes on this. But I mean, they're saying that they are, if you're not aware, these are SUV-sized drones.
Yeah, this isn't your DJI, you know, little hobby drone, folks. These things are the size of cars.
I mean, like they're the size of like minivans, and they're being supported by propellers. And I'm like, okay, that's a big freaking drone. And there's a bunch of them.
Right.
I have so many issues. I'm trying to find this. I will find this.
Yeah.
Shut up. I love you, but shut up. Oh man, you know what? Heck with it. I can't find it. Well, you guys can Google it. Whatever.
Well, you know, I gotta throw this in here because this is like my favorite meme of all times when we're talking about UFOs. But so this is what I find it funny about the whole UFO thing, right? So when I was a younger man, throughout my entire life, I mean, gosh, it goes back to before I was even born. People were fascinated with space and UFOs and aliens, and you know, George Orwell's not George Orwell. The guy that did the invasion from Mars thing that everybody went absolutely crazy over.
On the radio? You talking about the radio guy?
Yeah, Why can't I even think of his name? Anyway, so, that goes, yeah, well, that's before my time. But anyway, so it goes all the way back to that. So everybody demanding the government come clean, Project Blue Book and all this stuff. We definitely want to know what's out there. We believe it's aliens. Tell us the truth. You're covering it up. It's not swamp gas. It's not weather balloons. And then
Orson
after
Welles.
60 years of complete denial and giving us, really stupid explanations like, yeah, it's just how light's refracting off the trees and the water and the swamp gas, with cow farts. That's how you get that. And then the government finally goes, all right, guys, we give up. Here's gun camera footage of a thing we call a Tic Tac. Here's the pilot that filmed it. Matter of fact, here's the entire wing that took part in that mission, all telling you it's a UFO. They don't know how. They saw it go in and out of the water. They saw it doing incredible turns that would kill anybody inside of an aircraft that was of conventional nature. We saw do all these crazy things. Here's the footage, and here's their testimony. It's all lies. This is psyop. We want to know the truth. It's like they don't exist. Liars. They exist. Liars. And just like
it's weird. It's almost like we're
as a species, how have we come so far?
So far, Tim.
All this dead weight, and it's just
By the way, it was Orson Welles.
Orson Welles, thank you. Yeah,
got you. The internet and me are a great pair, great team. So now let's jump into this, because this is where I covered this right when it dropped, because I was like, no, okay, it's got Iran, mothership, SUV-sized drones, explosions, and unknown origin. Oh, I'm covering this.
I'm pretty sure I know where Iran is. I can find it on a map, but go ahead.
Yeah. No, I know that, but I meant like the drones, you
I'm just
dork.
Having fun. Yeah. Words matter. Come on, let's go.
Whatever. You're Lily Phillips. All right, so let's let's play this clip on your slides.
In focus now, Republican Congressman Jeff Van Drew of New Jersey, member of the House Judiciary Committee on the Hill right now. How do you address this at this point?
Well, here's the real deal, Harris. I'm also on the Transportation Committee, on the Aviation Subcommittee, and I've gotten to know people. And from very high sources, very qualified sources, very responsible sources, I'm going to tell you the real deal. Iran launched a mothership probably about a month ago that contains these drones. That mothership is off. I'm going to tell you the deal. It's off the east coast of the United States of America. They've launched drones. It's everything that we can see or hear. And again, these are from high sources. I don't say this lightly. Now, we know there was a probability it could have been our own government. We know it's not our own government because they would have let us know. It could have been some really glorified hobbyist or hobbyists that were doing something unbelievable. They don't have the technology. But let's pretend that's possible. The third possibility was somebody, an adversarial country, doing this. Know that Iran made a deal with China to purchase drones, motherships, and technology in order to go forward. The sources I have are good. They can't reveal who they are because they are speaking to me in confidentiality. These drones should be shot down. Whether
okay,
well, I can agree with that.
Yeah, like, how many? Oh God. Okay, let's just back out again. We're going to zoom out real quick and just look at the macro, not the micro, just the macro. So, someone told me, can't say who they are, of course, very trusted source. Iran launched a mothership a month ago, so we've known about it coming across the Atlantic Ocean for a month. It's loaded with SUV-sized drones. They don't have stealth technology, and they're so slow that civilians can capture them with a camera and look at it, point, hit it with a rock. Let's just stay on that for a second, Tim. I'm going one of two ways here. We're either so inept as a country, and idiocracy has infiltrated us so deeply that some morons over in Iran can tug-a-lug a boat across the entire Atlantic full of drones. They take off into our airspace, past our international borders in the water, from international waters into our sovereign waters, lift off, go over our entire landmass en masse, and we go, that's weird, what's that? Come on.
I mean,
like,
literally,
we get knocks on the door when we buy 3 guns on a piece of paper. Come on.
Yeah. I sent that crazy meme to my wife. She's going to kill me. Sorry.
That's not good.
She's
That's not
probably
good.
thinking like, "What is wrong with
thread.
you?"
Wrong
Yeah.
thread, Tim.
It's that that Greek dude that does the
crazy
UFO
dude.
commentary. Yeah, he's got the wild hair. I love him.
I'm not saying it's aliens, but it's aliens.
I'm not saying it's aliens, but it's aliens. Yeah, I had to send that meme over because there it is. I love that guy. Yeah. So I also sent over an image. I just want to show you guys the level of sophistication of your typical Iranian drone. Dr. Sides, I sent over an image, and this is what they're selling to the Russians currently. So this is the level of their technology. Now compare this to an American Reaper drone, or we even have drones now that have 4 propellers and folded wings that can take off and then extend the wings and kind of like a V-22 Osprey,
Yeah, which is so cool. By the way.
Go from vertical flight to horizontal flight. We got all this high-tech stuff, but they're saying it's an Iranian drone, and they're literally flying kites over there with RC motors on them. And we have the technology to make these really cool things, and they're not saying they're American. Now, some people are saying they're CIA, but the question I have then is like, okay, so why is the U.S. government sending out fleets of drones to harass people in New Jersey every night? To what end?
I mean, honestly, what's the payoff there? And let's just see what kind of words they say. You guys, you see this up there? They spying on us. The aliens. That's my New Jersey accent. I don't know. It didn't land. I don't know. I'm not good at it.
I'm trying to find this helo, this drone. I saw the U.S. drone that was so crazy how it could do the vertical flight takeoff thing.
Well, and so while you're finding that, but you bring up another point, and this is what's so fascinating about this conversation. The first option, I mentioned earlier, is we're completely inept. The second option is they're lying directly to our faces.
Right. I mean, the U.S., I don't know where that thing is. I saw it this morning. I'd have to go find it. But like, I just sent over an image of like an Air Force drone. Like, and this is just your regular, drone. But drones are typically used by the military for surveillance and then, covert actions and even attacks. Right. And so, having something the size of a SUV up there means it's carrying quite a bit of equipment. I mean, you just don't make
heavy
stuff big for no reason.
Right.
You make it big to serve a purpose because it's carrying something of importance. So what could they be carrying over New Jersey that requires a bus-sized drone? Right?
My money's on Santa Claus.
It could be Santa Claus, and we've just finally developed the technology to capture, proof that he exists. I'm good with that.
Nailed it.
And it is that time of year, and he's just doing some test runs.
Everything checks out.
And he's just trying to, he wants to blame it on the Iranians because that's what everybody does right now.
Yeah, well, and so that's the other the most fascinating part about this is Rep Van Drew, and we're going to go back to that video in a second, but Rep Van Drew is being very affirmative to the fact that it's Iranian origin ship and it's Chinese purchased drones, and we knew the entire time. The White House is coming out and be like, no, there is no ship off our eastern seaboard. There are no drones. So you've got one party going 100% drones. You got the other party going, nope, none of that even exists. And meanwhile, everyone in the United States goes, what's that thing?
Yeah. It's crazy. But this is coming on the heels of all this crazy UFO stuff that's been coming out, and a lot of people are saying we're almost to the point of what they're calling disclosure, which means the government's going to come clean and say, yeah, look, we've been working with aliens forever, and sorry everybody, it's we had to keep that a secret for whatever reason. They're going from that now to everybody's focused on these drones. I actually enjoy the aliens more. Can we just go back to the alien discussions? Because
sure.
The drone thing's a bit boring, right?
Well,
unless the aliens are flying the drones, then I'm all in, right? Because I just want to meet aliens. I wonder what they taste like. Fried chicken? I don't know. But
what if they wonder what we taste like, Tim?
It doesn't matter because right now it's not illegal to shoot one of them. So if you can catch one, so like me and my friends, we've been trying to make alien bait for a long, long time, using common household chemicals, trying to get them to land their ships in the backyard so we can shoot one or two of them and keep at least one alive to fly us around. I want to go see the moon and maybe these rings of Saturn, but then I'm also kind of curious what they taste like. So,
dude, the worst part about you, you have such a good deadpan and you have such a good control of your voice. There's going to be someone going, Tim's crazy. I knew the whole time.
Yeah.
If you guys are not familiar, Tim has this ability to be deadpan for the longest, most uncomfortable time that you could ever imagine. And he will hold out until you are giving up faith. And then he'll be like, gotcha. I mean, oh, God, he does it so well. But people are going to think you're...
Yeah. There's going to be shorts like, look, Mac's a flat earther.
He said it.
Yeah,
he said it. He's a flat earther and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Well, the drone stuff. I'm kind of curious what our viewers think all this stuff is. Do you think it's American?
Yeah.
Do you think the government's just messing with people because they got nothing better to do? Because we're not fighting a war currently, so now we're just going to play with the American population with our new high-tech stuff until we can kick off a war somewhere. Is it Iranian? Did they suddenly get Chinese technology and they got a big, Zeppelin floating out over the Atlantic Ocean, and all these little drones the size of school buses, short buses, mind you, are flying in and they're hanging out over New Jersey and then going back, and we just can't seem to catch them for whatever reason.
Can't get them. Those pesky drones. Just, we had them until those pesky drones got in here. Man, we were first world until, the drones.
And all of our high-tech super surveillance, satellites, radar, everything we got that monitors our airspace. We just can't seem to catch up to these things. Is it a hobbyist? It was a complete fiction. I mean, is this just a totally fabricated story, and there has never been a drone in the skies of New Jersey, and this is all just one big hoax?
I have another option for you, Tim. I mean, like, okay, we're gonna play out the next segment of this clip, because there's something that's very scary. We got to be afraid, Tim, because you know how fear is used for certain
drones
things.
Have zombie knives? No.
The button Dr. Slides.
It was some crazy hobbyist that we can't imagine, or whether it is Iran, and I think it very possibly could be. They should be shot down. We are not getting the full deal, and the military is on alert with this.
Look, you've given us some pretty dire information just here, and I want to make sure that our viewers are digesting this. Iran has the capability to pull up along our eastern seaboard and launch drones the size of an SUV into the skies of several states, particularly New Jersey, where we know the incoming president has a large home, also in the same county or nearby where some of these drones in New Jersey have been seen. That capability exists. It's possible some of those drones are here. So I have two questions. How are they fueling them? They have to land somewhere. Drones don't fly forever. Why don't they close down the airspace? Yes, it's inconvenient. Yes, it's the holidays. Shut it down. But if you start shooting things and you don't know how they're fueled, that's going to be mass explosions. This isn't like one spy balloon. Okay. Congressman, this is...
Boy, I mean, she's on a roll, isn't she?
I mean, like, man, she's
what if it's
feeling
nuclear powered? I mean,
right?
It could be anything. I mean, what if it's got a nuclear bomb? We don't want that falling in New Jersey. I mean,
right? It'd be terrible.
What if it's an interdimensional drone and it rips the fabric of time and space?
What if it takes 1.21 gigawatts? Yeah, exactly.
She's getting all worked up over that. This guy's like, it's the Iranians.
It's the Iranians.
It's the Iranians.
It's the Iranians.
Yeah, it's just like pick some random enemy and blame it on them. It's like, it's the North Koreans. Dude, they can't even effectively grow rice, and they're not going to be flying drones over our East Coast.
They're still burning dung.
I know, right?
Like for
Save
fuel.
Your poop. We got to put it in the fields.
Save your poop. It's got to go.
Yeah. We got to power the drones somehow. They're poop-powered drones coming out of North Korea.
They stink. They do stink.
Yeah. So, it's pretty funny. But he's stuck on that Iranian narrative. It's like, yep, it's Iranian.
That's the thing, dude. That's the thing. And this is the other alternative. We've covered the age-old, always fun, could be aliens. Then it's got domestic, which would be like, it's some of ours. It would be foreign, which would be like a threat from a foreign nation. And then you've got the other option of, oh, it's Iran. Get them. Be afraid. If these things come down, they will create mass explosions. It's like, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
It sounds familiar.
This sounds oddly familiar.
No, there's this other country that had weapons of mass destruction.
It's
Iraq.
And we know Iraq, Iran. Is that?
They're Iraqi drones from the past. They're coming through time with their nuclear, biological, chemical weapons.
I think it's a great time right now, Tim, to say our favorite phrase: allegedly.
Allegedly. We don't want to blame the Iranians for anything. We just want to give them some more money and let them do their thing.
Exactly, just like to keep on trucking while Tim makes his alien bait.
Didn't Biden just free up some of their frozen funds? Doesn't matter.
Probably.
Anyway, that's how they're funding it, dude. It's all Biden's fault.
That's it. That and poop.
Yep. powered drones funded by
Poop-powered
Biden.
drones funded by Biden, which makes sense because he poops his pants. Oh my God, it came full circle. We figured it out. We need no more research.
Yep. So no need to comment down below. We've sorted it all out. Thank you for watching Second Legacy, and we'll talk to you guys soon.